wave check on a Sunday. We're at Sandy Beach. Looks pretty good, but we're gonna try and navigate the crowd factor. But I like to come drive by Sandy's because I like to see the conditions, see what the swell is doing, and then it gives me a better idea of where I should go in town. There's definitely swell. It's just you gotta play the tide, play the crowd. But pretty much just gonna drive up and down until I find somewhere to surf with no one out. This is a south swell, and I think it's just a pretty like predominant south. Like, there's not much of a mix where it's like southwest or anything. It's pretty south, so different waves will be better based on if there's more west or more south in the swell. So it's kind of just hard to tell. You gotta kind of check in and see what the waves are doing. But usually you kind of like more west in the swell. It just hits the reef better. Or, I don't know. Those west swells are just better, even for North Shore. Like if there's any west in the swell, that swell usually ends up being better for like the better spots. But on south, the good thing about it is like you can find somewhere that's usually not as good, and sometimes those spots are better to surf, and then there's less people. So that's what I'm hoping for right now. So we're gonna check some of my secret zones, and hopefully we find somewhere where there's less people and I can get a couple waves. Sunday traffic. So I'm making a new rule: no more surfing on the weekends. Just today's the last day. After this, we just, I don't know, foil on the weekends. Yeah, Jack?
I like to go swim on the weekend. Yeah. Look at this, there's just cars.
Just people are just driving 4 miles per hour just for fun, just because it's Sunday. Oh, guys, it's getting nuts. Peak high tide. We drove all the way to town and all the way back here, back at Sandy's, and this is the spot somehow. It's Fire Ringo.
Second reef, halfway.
Second reefers, bro. Oh! Oh, it is freaking bombing. So we're here at Sandy's. Jack doesn't have a fin key, so we're trying to figure it out. What do we got?
Maybe this will work. We have your camera Allen wrenches.
Let's see it.
There's like 100 different. Okay, bingo, right here.
Okay, let's
First
see
try,
it.
first try.
Oh,
Yo!
wow, lucky. He's got his 2+1. We're gonna surf half point. It's kind of firing, or it seems like it's picking up the most swell. So we're out there. Matt's getting his gear already. Hopefully we get some fun waves. The wind cleaned up a lot here. It was like side shore, now it's a little more offshore, so hopefully get a couple of little barrels. Yeah. good as we thought it was gonna be. Right, Jeff?
That was a little underwhelming, but we went out there. So.
Yeah, the wind was kind of funky in the beginning, and like it was almost turns and a couple airs, and then towards the end the wind went offshore and almost made it more hard to surf. And then the current got the tide like topped off at high tide, and then once it started dropping, it seemed like the current got way too nuts and kind of hard. But we got a couple, it was fun. Jump in the water, but I think we're gonna call it a day. Jack was just paddling the whole time.
Head down. Feels like I paddled some whole time back, so.
But at least, you know, if we didn't do much surfing, we got a little workout in. We weren't just sitting there, but I think that's it for today. Sandy shore break is going off though. Look at this. Look at this. The Sandy Beach Surf Report. It's going off. 18 and firing. Guys are psychy. But that's it for today. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Aloha.